we are highly compatible. Working with, we don't have the exact number, but approximately 200 different third-party systems. Many of these systems are integrating Shelly into their own platforms by their own, but we also have the official integrations where we are ensuring that the integrations are working as they should. So of course we have all of the most popular ones like the Amazon Alexa, the Google Home, SmartThings Home Assistant, the Atom Homey integration. We also work with Creston, Control4, OpenHab, Habitat, you name it. We also have the more advanced integrations like MQTT. We also have the Open REST API, KNX if you are a professional installer working with KNX, and a lot of different stuff. So this is only to highlight a few of them, but there are many out there. So go and check your favorite app if they are working with Shelly. And by the way, we are meta compatible for all new Gen 4 devices and also a lot of the Gen 3 devices. So it means that you're also able to add your devices to Apple HomeKit, for example, and any meta compatible third-party platform who are integrating devices. And speaking about integrations, this is why an open system is super important. You don't want to have 5, 6, 7, 10 different apps, one to control lighting, one to control heating, another to control your awnings and blinds and so on. You want to have it all in one unified app, and by having that you are able to make automations also across manufacturers, across different types of products, which is super convenient and super nice. So just to mention a few, you want your shading, your blinds, your awnings and so on. Shelly can do that with the two-way AC controller. The Shelly 2PM devices can do that. We also have dedicated devices for roller shutter controllers. Shelly don't control directly unless you do a lot of scripting and advanced stuff. Then you can of course do everything in the Shelly app, but out of the box we don't support your vacuum cleaners, your mowers, your washing machines, dryers and so on. But again, by having a third-party platform, you are actually able to switch on these devices when the Shelly energy meters are measuring that you are producing a lot of energy. So now it makes sense to turn on your washing machine or similar. We are able to do that by using the third-party platforms. In the Shelly app, we can do climate control, so we can control your heating, we can control your cooling, both what you call it, floor heating systems. We can control your heat pumps. We can control many different things if you set it up right. We don't control all of your televisions. We can control Sonos speakers from our Shelly wall display, but that's mainly it. So this is also why it's so cool to be able to integrate with all these different kind of platforms. Because when you leave your house, or when you go to bed, or when you press one single button, you are able to turn on all of your televisions, to turn on all of your music, to arm the alarm, to close down your blinds, and much more. So everything just happens like magic. And this is the whole idea about a smart home or a smart building solution. We are able to control your lighting. As I said, we have the phase cut dimmers, we have the DALI controllers, 0 to 10 volt controls. We also have some smart bulbs inside our assortment. And don't forget to make your wall switches smart as well. Honestly, I don't like when you cannot use your wall switches. Everybody should be able to use your house, and this is also why we have inputs in all of our modules, so you can make your existing wall switches smart, or you can use our Bluetooth wall switches with a very long battery lifespan to be able to control your lighting, your blinds and everything like that. So you have the manual control that your mother-in-law, your wife and everybody else are able to use. Energy metering is a big part, especially in the modern days, where we need to take care of the climate and be aware of our energy consumption. So we have a lot of different single-phase and three-phase energy meters that you can install on your appliances, on your main supply and all this kind of stuff. And then you are able to categorize all of your devices to be able to see exactly where does your energy consumption go. And by the way, you can make energy consumption control. So for example, when you generate a lot of energy from your solar panels, you don't need to send it back to the electric grid. Why not preheat your house or preheat your water heater or start the charging of your electric vehicle or something like that. That's definitely possible. We have smart sensors to make the automations, and we have a lot of we have smoke sensors. We have the door locks. We don't have cameras yet, but I can tell that this is something that will come soon in the future. A little bit about the connectivity. So as I said, we are using Wi-Fi as our main connectivity, and very important is to use 2.4 gigahertz wireless Wi-Fi. We don't support 5 gigahertz, and the reason is that 2.4 gigahertz wireless Wi-Fi has a longer range, and we don't need the speed from 5 gig. So just be sure that you're using 2.4 gigahertz. We also recommend, if you're making larger professional installations, to install a good quality of a router. But again, if you just need to install a few plugs and a few devices, you can use almost any router on the market. Again, if you are using or using Shelly for professional installations, try to ensure a good Wi-Fi connectivity around the whole building. You will be happier about that anyway, because you have all of your smartphones, all of your tablets, televisions, and all of the connected stuff inside your house. So, but it will give you the best possible experience when you do so. Again, in professional solutions, we recommend to set up a dedicated IoT network. It also makes it much easier to manage your smart home and your smart devices. And also, we recommend to set static IP addresses outside of the DHCP range. Honestly, I didn't do that until I reached like 50 Shelly devices. So below that, it worked perfectly. But then I started to get a few like duplicated IP addresses and so on, and some devices started to went offline. Then I created the dedicated IoT network, and I made fixed IP addresses, and then now I have plus 100 Shelly devices inside my house, and it's super stable because there's no duplicated IP addresses, and my Wi-Fi network, my Unify network is handling it perfectly. Also, if you are moving, it's not a problem because, again, all Shelly devices works with your normal wall switch and so on. If you have wireless automations, it's not a problem. We'll just recommend you to leave the router as a part of the house, and then it will continue working even without an active internet connection. It will just use local network for your local automations. Very important is to tell that there's no limit of the connected amount of connected devices with Shelly. If you're using a solution based on a gateway, you often have a limit of 50 devices or 100 devices or similar. Then you need another gateway, and maybe those gateways does not work together. But with the Shelly devices, you can have basically unlimited amount of devices. It's up to your Wi-Fi router and the amount of access points to handle the amount of devices. But it's not a problem as long as you install a router of a decent quality. It does not have to be super expensive, just something decent. All right. All Plus devices, Gen 3 devices, and Gen 4 devices, and Pro devices are supporting Bluetooth. So the purpose is not to be able to control the devices via Bluetooth from the app. So our app is not Bluetooth based to control the devices, but Bluetooth are used for a very smooth inclusion of the Shelly devices. So we use Bluetooth to transfer information about your Wi-Fi credentials. You can also use Bluetooth as a gateway for Shelly devices, meaning that when you have, do I have any Bluetooth devices here? Yeah, I have a small Bluetooth button. So when you install the Shelly Bluetooth devices around your house, you need some kind of a gateway for the Bluetooth devices to access the internet. And with the built-in Bluetooth in the Shelly devices, all Shelly devices can actually act as a gateway to the internet for your Bluetooth devices. So again, instead of have one gateway in the central part of your house only, you now have multiple gateways around your house, which ensures a super stable connection for your Bluetooth devices, because no matter where you are with your Bluetooth buttons, or if the connection is being lost to one gateway, Shelly devices will just find another gateway for you. So it makes everything super stable and reliable. And we have LAN RJ45 connection for all of the Pro devices, all of the DIN rail devices. Of course, they still support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but they also have the RJ45. If you have an electric panel made of metal, or just a poor Wi-Fi connectivity down there, then you can make the hardwired solution. Besides of Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and LAN, we actually also now support Zigbee. Zigbee is supported on all Gen 4 devices, but be aware that Zigbee is not used for the Shelly app, but you can use the Zigbee if you want to use it in your existing Zigbee mesh system on a third-party platform like Home Assistant or Homey or similar. We also support Matter for most of the Gen 3 products via firmware update and all Gen 4 devices out of the box.